Hello, Factorio and Sam Serious. Hope you all are doing good. So, in the previous episode, I had to address a major comeback due to a mistake that I had to deal with. So, I had that dealt with before the next episode got made up, and I was able to, after that, get involved with advanced oil processing and start making some batteries. Now, ideally, to make the batteries, I don't need advanced oil processing, but I still did it anyways. But I still went on for advanced oil processing anyways, just for the sake of making good anyways. But looks like everything is getting quite balanced out actually. I've gotten the pumps to where they're pretty much equalizing the amount of resources going between the chemical cracking units. This will go up slowly as all the other resources get consumed up. But yeah, all three of these tanks are pretty much fully equalized out. It's just these output tanks are. I'm not too worried. And in the last episode too as well, I built the means of making accumulators, solar panels, and radar. I've also managed to finally get some batteries for the modular armor in the tank, so there's energy cached up now, so that way functioning components aren't so dependent on the battery throughput, on the solar cells throughput. In the midst of the episodes, though, I had to get aggressive and patrol around here because I had destroyed about 4 bug biter nests here that generated within an hour. But yeah, as I mentioned last episode, though, I was going around setting up radar outposts. I found that 8 panels and 8 accumulators is enough to keep the radar running 100% all the time. I can go 7 to 8 accumulators. However, this will be hitting a brownout early morning, barely powered by the solar panels that are barely receiving sunlight. I like to keep these on all the time at peak capacity, so I just pretty much with substation, 8 accumulators, 8 solar batteries. That's the minimum required to keep this radar running all the time at full capacity. So with the tank, I did a whole lot driving around, a little bit of strategic weaving to avoid aggroing these spaces because they're all towards the outer cluster board together, a lot bigger too as well. So they would have been like, it would have been very easy to have caused multiple biter fights. And I did not feel like dealing with hundreds and hundreds of biters and spitters at once, especially considering that we're starting to see blue biters and spitters here. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to start getting aggressive about choke points to limit bug expansion as well as keeping up with military and stuff. But yeah, these radar ships slowly reveal more around these throughout time. That's another. It might be the closest choke bait I can find. These two here for sure as well. I can choke here, 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 here. That will secure pretty much southwest and here, which will also help me secure the east more, which just matters securing the north. Alright. My best strategy to keep buyers out of the pollution zone would be to have choke points outside the pollution zones, and having the choke points, which is the only spots the buyers can traverse upon, cut off their bug base expansions. This way, I don't have to worry so much about the factory being compromised at minimal military expense. Regardless, though, That's a long-term project throughout the series that I'll be working on. It's just a combination of strategic offense and frequent monitoring. Anyhow, this episode, Ironfield. I've consumed a considerable amount of iron out of this field. It's about halfway through, it's slightly under its halfway mark of its lifespan. Even with 20% productivity, the iron field got dipped down quite a bit. So I'm going to be proceeding towards the east here for the 5.7 mil field here. That should be pretty quick. Let's see how much miners do I have? 44. I'm going to need more than 44. Talking trains. Okay, we've got plenty of locomotives, just not enough cargo wagons. Signals, chain signals. We've got plenty of radars here. I want to grab some gun turrets out of the process of this too as well. A lot of gun turrets have been placed down at the radar outposts. Because of the fact that it's an iron field, I will have to want to set up a smelting array over there. That means I will have to route coal up there too as well. So there's 2 stops I have to do so, and then I will probably have to work on a coal field to harvest all the coal out of it into the coal depot area. And then a coal depot area can route its train up to the ore field, to the into the fields that has their own smelting arrays. That is until I get enough power infrastructure to start going electric furnaces. Electric furnaces are very power demanding versus the steel furnace. The steel furnace is like 90 kilowatts. The electric furnace is like 186 kilowatts for the same speed, though the electric furnaces do have module slots to them and consume more space. They consume as much space as an assembly machine. I have to say, I love the fact that they added equipment grids to the tanks. There are times where taking a little bit of damage is inevitable driving a tank in Factorio, but the fact that some of that damage is being deducted from the shield and being resupplied by what happened power grid versus the chassis of the tank, it actually has saved me a little bit of time in terms of having things get repaired too. I'm actually very pleased that Woob has done this to the tank. Not to mention on the radar map you can remotely drive the tank. That's a good decision on the Woob's behalf. Don't get me wrong, the tank is a very powerful mid-game weapon. But Spidertron is a bit ridiculous to research later on, so what they did here actually made things a little better. I'm trying to go for the universal section. I don't feel like placing those signals. You know what? I hate to entertain this possibility again on y'all, but I want robots. If I want to make things easier to where I'm not having to place things around a little bit at a time, I'd much rather have a bunch of construction robots do things for me while I do things. So I got lubricant made. What I'll do is that I will go ahead and work towards making robotic flying frames. 20 seconds to make one of those. 10 seconds for an electric engine unit. I'm also going to need to make a whole lot of circuits. There, that'll be a temporary dump chest for me to grab off of again at some point. So it'll be resolved when I get a logistics network set up later on. But yeah, I'm going to need to grab some red belts. Some machines in the process. I know, this episode's starting off at another squirrel again, which might wind up having to take some time. The iron field will get made, it's just I don't want to hand place all those rails like that again, a good distance. I would try to have the robots do that instead. So let's see here, let me do some quick mental math here. So 2 circuits in 10 seconds, so that's basically 1/5 of a circuit consumed every second. So that means the setup will require 2 circuits per second, which means I can get away with doing this. What else would this thing need? Engine units. Hmm. Hmm. Which is steel, iron gears, and iron pipes. Needless to say, I'm going to have to expand off of that. Alright, cool. I'm going to focus on making engine units first. Okay, so this would be for gears. Engine heads. Electric engines. That there and stuff will require lubricant to go in. I wish I could adjust inputs here. Alright, so that's for that. My goal is 1 robot frame per second. That should actually lay down groundwork too as well for utility science if I remember right. I'll go ahead and start prepositioning things for an iron line here. Okay, I may have messed something up. Don't know what it is, but I'll eventually spot it third time. Alright, so that's iron going into that, and then for this spot, I will root up from steel. Yep. Oh, it's kind of tricked me there. Alright. Wow. I have the perfect amount of longhand inserts for this part here. It's always strangely satisfying to always have just the right amount of components just to get things done versus having a little too much or too little. I don't know why. I guess it's just how it feels to have something perfectly lined up just right like that. It's like it's meant to be or something. Not entirely sure. Anyhow. Time to slap down the outputs for these. Let's just loop that in circuits. Alright, cool. There's real no point in going underground belts on this, or underground pipes on that one. Yeah, this does present another challenge, though. How to route the circuits up. I mean, ideally, I'll just need to apply the circuits, at one side of the belt, and then I can just have the output of that belt to get, redirected up. Have the output of that belt to get filtered out by a I can't talk right now. Get the output of that belt be filtered out by a splitter. You can set filters on splitters. Now I think 2 circuits per second here will be overkill for this, but you never know if I want to speed things up, so I'm leaving that option open. I'm curious about something. Will this reach from here? Unfortunately not. So yeah, I've got to do what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. Actually, now that I think about this more, those will require electronic circuits. That there is 3 in 20 seconds, which is 1.5 every 10 seconds. So 1.5 every second. Actually, this might be enough. If not, I can always add more and draw from elsewhere. If what I think is the case, that I may not have to do what I'm thinking I have to do, I'm going to give this a test run without using a splitter. I would grab more power poles, but at this point, I mean, yeah, just for sake of having options. I also established production for substations. And substations are very efficient with how they distribute their power grid. The only time I can't do that is because of the tight spot that I'm having to cover here. It's not like I could interweave underground belts either. Only thing left to route would be lubricant, which I already have produced. Yeah, the tower's going to have to move. Hate doing that to the grid over time, but I gotta make do with what I can do. I keep wanting to pump there. Alright, so good news is I got lubricant hooked up now. Easy hookup. So let's see here. This is producing 4 circuits per second. And the robot frame's like what? Oh, okay. So it's 4 inputs now. So it is electronic circuits, electric engine units. Alright. I'll get this old. Actually, I'm going to listen to my gut instincts here and do this. It may be overkill, but I'm having a feeling that just this isn't enough to keep up. And this is another reason I'm wanting to expand to the iron field. Yeah, you keep kicking kitty later on my pad. Stop it. That's why I have to keep cleaning this thing up. That little extra piece there is important to force all the circuits into one lane. If you know how to finesse your lanes, you can do a lot. Alright, that there is 8 circuits per second. That should be more than enough for really going ham on those robot flying frames. And I know that you'll also need like I should want to make this really long. Let there be for those 2 circuit pieces. This will be the output line. And this will be for battery and steel. Stand steel line here. Okay, I'm going to have to do something a little ugly here. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to have to bunch up these lines. Let's see the iron's coming in. I'm coming back. Good cup of coffee sounds good right now. Yum. Alright, so that there is all those bunched up. I'm going to have to do some underground belt magic to make some things work. Lines through these inserters. And I'll have to see how all this keeps up over time, but I'm 8 circuits per second. It should be more than enough for all these to work. How's battery production looking? Yeah, I figured this would take a dent, not just by despite the fact that I'm having a bunch of belts move up on their own. As long as I'm seeing this here having batteries back up as this produces the flying frames, then things should be good. But yet, we're having robot frames being produced at 1 a second now. I will go ahead and get the means of having part of certain things being made. I will go ahead and grabbing that. These will be for Conbots. And these will be for logistics. Oh, would you look at that, already foremade. There's that steel just right there. This will have up to 50, so maximum stack size. I will go ahead and with that one just to make things a touch quicker, just for the logistic bots. Normally I'd make my own circuit lines for this, but right now I'm in a lazy mood. And I think I can get away with this lazy mood with just doing this here. Now you're probably thinking, just realizing aging heads there. Couldn't I just root from blue science? Yeah, but I would rather keep that specific for blue science. Oh, this can't be a problem. Fixed. Ladies and gents, there you have it. Ivan, not on the keyboard, buddy. Oh, what button was that? There we go. You need to stop doing that. I give you plenty of scritches, buddy. At least it's not the record button. I don't treat your paw for that. Just as I say it. Ivan, you're a peeny little butt. You know that? Yeah, you peeny little butt. You know what? I love you, little pain in the butt. There we have it. So it's been 20 minutes, or not 20 minutes, 40 minutes. Back to the dump chest. I grabbed gun turrets, didn't I? Guess not. Okay. I'll be on my way to grab some gun turrets while I try to hippity hoppity to the tank. This will also spare me the need to I'm not gonna lie, that's a nice quality of life feature there. Having parts slide up where robots are going into. Normally I'd be doing this with a car, but you know what? It feels nice to be able to do this for a tank for a change. Either way, I'm not going to be zooming around super fast because of these guys, so I guess the tank doesn't hurt, time-wise. And I'm like 20% down on power and stuff. That was smart of me. I didn't full send the tank. You know, it's actually kind of interesting too as well with this take is that I'm literally just tapping the W button and able to just easily perfectly coast with the robot's pace versus a car that is slightly faster and doesn't coast as well. Like, it stops coasting a lot sooner than this. Though it covers more distance, though. Oh, I got this sorted out. Guess not. So the blueprint goes now. Oh, this is going to jam me up quite a bit. Stop. Right. Bottom. I'll stick with whatever works for now. Oh man, are you telling me the blueprint book didn't save states? Darn. All right. I guess my blueprint book work isn't over with yet. Okay, guess I'll go rock harvesting for a bit. This area does provide a unique opportunity though. There's stone nearby, there is iron nearby with coal getting ready to be routed to here, and a source of water close by. I could probably use this to make some better concrete. Maybe. Of course, limited by cliffs again. I need to go to Volcanus. looks like in this episode I didn't quite get to the iron field again. Let's look at the clock, it's 1 hour. What I can at least do is complete the rail networks to get things situated. Alright, back to base I go. Ground more chain signals. Observed a big dent has been put into those because of the complexity of the intersections. There's the rails. Glad I got the logistic spots here. They have saved me so much hand movement here. Hmm? Here. possibly make a mild mistake with the blueprint. Not entirely sure. Yeah, I accidentally placed this one spot too high up. So I've created my own little mistake to correct. I'm not going to route up all the rails because that mistake. I'll just simply extend one spot down below and have everything else be one connection shorter, including what continues off this network being one tile shorter. That should help keep the mistake localized in this area rather than having the whole train network suffer. Let's see what the radar has found. Ooh, it's about 4,000% oil right there. This spot's a juicy spot. Around a bunch of dangerous spiders though. Stone, uranium, iron. Seems to be a possible next choke point would be up here, maybe. For sure here. But nothing that guarantees me to be able to separate here. I can at least create some choke points here and here to keep this area from getting occupied. I don't want any pollution to encourage any spider attacks to loop around and then get in. We still have yet to pathfind in here without instigating a biter attack. Yeah, not enough entryways where I can do so without causing aggro. There was nothing I've spotted immediately. Oh, lordy. That's 3,000% there, and I project this is going to be about 2 to 3,000% there. Depends on what this here reveals. It has a healthy amount of oil on this map. So the whole idea of me having a bunch of radar outposts revealing a terrain around me seems to be paying off. And they're completely self-sustainable with power thanks to the easy nature of solar panels and accumulators to offset the difference of the day-night cycle. These guys angry as always because of that. Alright, so next episode for sure I'll be wrapping up this task. I just gotta start setting up some smelting arrays and then have it to where I can set up a 1-4 iron train here. This here can handle a coal train. I haven't experimented around with the train interrupts yet. I might be able to use that to create like a train depot to where any trains that have harvested off of the iron fields and coal fields, stuff like that, would park themselves in an area possibly, if it is what I think it is. I'll have to do some research and play around with that to see what's what and what's not. If it's what I think I can do, then I can actually have a train, whenever it sees its deposit spot being full, park at a different spot, so that way, whenever that spot opens up, it'll be coming from a lot closer spot to ensure that there is no major delay in iron supply. Even though I like to take an extreme measure with caching resources with the chests that the trains run off of. Once I get this iron field set up here and fully operational, that should then relieve the issue of this train not coming around for so long. Because even with this little cache, it empties out first before this train comes around. Before, it used to be like 20 minutes for this train to get fully loaded up with iron plates. Now it's, considering how depleted its field is, it's definitely going to be less than that. Once I get this iron field established, so I got this copper field, got that coal field, got that stone field. How am I doing on oil? So I will want to make a push towards another oil field. I will. What I can do is convert this intersection into a universal intersection, or brand. Yeah, I'll convert this into a universal intersection there, just to save trouble with this here, and then I can use this here to. Then I can use this input to turn into a oil pickup area. So what I can do is work towards this oil station, this oil area, and that oil area to create some oil pickups with. And then I'll probably have to decide where to create an oil drop-off. Most likely my oil drop-off will be stemming off of this junction way to up here to be a primary oil drop-off station. Create like a little parking spot for all the oil trains. That there would be my go-to area for, okay, I got a plan. Cool. See, this is why I kind of leave little options open. Because most of the time, they always come handy. I got a little bit experimenting, exploring around to do in the next episode here. Well, not actually on my own time here and there, but point is, there's a plan for next episode for this and oil. Once I get all those going, then I for sure have further security to start working on high-tech science and utility science. Not utility. Yeah, utility science and production science. So now yellow and purple science is coming up into the air soon. With those in mind, it might mean I have to turn the iron lines into red lines. Turn these yellow belts into red belts. Alright. That's an idea. Anyhow, thank y'all for sticking around this episode. Not quite on target, but nonetheless a productive episode. Oh, still some work to do in this intersection. That's alright. Radar for sake of keeping this area lit up and, well, still tempted to grab that stone field though. That'll be another matter later. Anyways, y'all, I wish y'all well and take care.